So pardon the waterfall noises during this 49ers update. From Switzerland, Ticino, Switzerland. La Vertezzo is the name of the village. This is the Italian-speaking region of Switzerland, and it's where my part of the Lombardy name comes from. And this is going to be epic. Right behind me, see a 400-year-old bridge, the Ponte de Salti. I think Margot's about to walk across that bridge. I'm about to talk about the 49ers and rookie minicamp. It starts this weekend for San Francisco, or Thursday and Friday. We're going to get the chance to meet the rookies in person for the first time. Well, everybody except for Ricky Pearsall. There's Margot. She's making her way across. Going to continue making her way across what I think is a miraculous construction. A bridge that flows here over the water that's tumbling down from the Alps. This is snow melt in Switzerland. Anyway, we already had a chance to meet Ricky Pearsall. That was the day after that he was drafted. We're going to get a chance to meet some of the other 49ers rookies going from the second round all the way to the 7th. Obviously, Renardo Green in that second round for San Francisco, Dominic Pooney, the third rounder. Then you're going to get into some of the guys that I think can really impact this team in a massive way on special teams immediately, maybe even on offense. You talk about Isaac Guerrero, the running back that the 49ers picked in the 4th with a couple of 5th round picks to trade up. I think that this rookie class for San Francisco has an opportunity to make that immediate impact in the third phase of the game and depth-wise. It's hard to see immediate starting potential out of anybody, and that's just a testament to how strong this 49ers roster is right now. So when we talk about this rookie minicamp for the 49ers, they're not going to have pads on. They're not installing the playbook like they would in training camp. But we're going to have a chance to see these guys. We're going to get the chance to see the size of some of these players, see how their bodies might be ready for initial NFL contact. And somebody like Ricky Pearsall, I'm really excited because he was working out with Deebo Samuel, and we saw some interesting photos the other day. Looks like he's got a fairly wide base, strong legs. You know, he's 189, 190. The knock on him coming out on the scouting report had been maybe a little slight of frame. But based on the photos I saw of him working out with Deebo, I don't think that's the case. Moving on to Zurich, largest city in Switzerland. Couple other names to watch. I think it begins with Malik Mustafa, the safety out of Wake Forest. Now, Malik, I mean, he's a hard hitter, and obviously he's not going to have a chance to do that at this rookie minicamp. Neither is Tatum Bethune, the linebacker out of Florida State. But I think, you know, both of these guys are well built. And, you know, when we talk about wanting to see the body types that the 49ers are going to be working with, I think we're going to be impressed with both of these players. And I can't wait till training camp and then really the preseason games for both Malik Mustafa and Tatum Bethune. When we talk about the rookie minicamp, I think any practice, quarterbacks are always going to get a lot of hype. And Tanner Mordecai is going to be the QB. The 49ers will probably have somebody else trying out here, but Tanner Mordecai is going to be the QB who's actually on the roster, who's going to be getting some of the reps. He's the undrafted free agent addition for the 49ers. Mordecai out of Wisconsin by way of first, Oklahoma, and then SMU, where he was Danny Gray's quarterback. He can move, and we'll probably see some of that speed on display because I'm very, very curious if the 49ers are going to implement some read option stuff, especially with their backups this year. It's something they had in the playbook very frequently when Trey Lance was their quarterback. And I think it was in the plans to keep defenses honest. Mordecai, who can move 4.47 40, Josh Dobbs, dual threat guy as well. I think the 49ers are definitely going to have that wrinkle in because Brock Purdy can move also. And you want to create as much variation in your offense as possible. If you can force the defense to account for the QB legs, and I think you've already won half the battle as far as an offense when it comes to generating a numbers advantage. And the 49ers can also look to try to gain an edge through height, and that's going to be the goal with Mason Pline, undrafted rookie tight end who is 6'7". First 3 years of college, played basketball exclusively. And he moved the football, and I think the natural skills of this guy, when you put on some of the tape, catching the football, are evident because he is not all that experienced, but he's holding on the footballs even though he's taken big hits. I think that the blocking is going to have to be developed for somebody like Mason Pline, but it will be fun to see just the size of his frame for the first time at rookie minicamp. By the way, here in Zurich, this is the cleanest river water that you'll ever see in a big city. And this goes back to the waterfalls and just the pristine snow melt of the Alps that we saw a little bit earlier. But when you go through Zurich and you go through Switzerland, just be amazed at how well everything works. I think I mentioned that I felt that this was an AI simulation, or at least I wasn't able to rule it out. I still feel the same way about Switzerland. Evan Anderson, a jumbo-sized 320-pound defensive tackle out of Florida Atlantic, undrafted free agent. He's going to be another player that I think is going to be worthy of a second look physically here at the 49ers rookie minicamp. They've needed a run stopper for a couple years now in the middle. Obviously, they lost DJ Jones after the 2021 season. He was a pass rusher too. I think Evan Anderson will have to develop as a pass rusher, and that could be something that ultimately earns him a spot on an NFL 53-man roster, but you just can't teach the size and some of the anchor ability against the run. And I know that it's probably not going to be something that's on display in a relatively contact-free environment like a rookie minicamp, but the 49ers gave this guy a lot of guaranteed money, $280,000. So they do think that he has the potential to showcase that size once the pads do come on, and I'm looking forward to seeing it starting on Thursday. Finally, Evan Anderson, he wasn't a player that was all too productive in college. It's more of a projection for him. If you want to talk about production in college, but not as impressive of an athletic or size tail of the tape, it's Cody Schrader, the running back. I mean, this guy just produced and produced and produced. He was at Missouri, and because he ran a 4.6, 4.7 40, he wasn't drafted. But boy, I mean, this guy racks up yardage. He runs hard. Reminds me of Jeff Wilson Jr. in the way that he just will not go down without a fight. And I think that's such a great quality to have as a running back. Do not discount Cody Schrader, the undrafted free agent running back. We're going to get to see him move for the first time at the 49ers rookie minicamp. You can tell that I'm now at the airport. The big Euro trip comes to an end here in Zurich with the Swiss airplane taking off behind me. And right behind me, you can also see the big United 777. It's going to take me back to San Francisco. Got to look at the Senator Lounge here in Zurich. Nice little spot to wait before your flight after you get through the madness that is security at the airport for a flight bound to the U.S. But what a trip it was, from London to Brussels to Amsterdam to Prague, where we got a taste of that American football, coached by a 49ers fan, the Prague Black Panthers, down to Italy, Verona, with one of the best meals that I've ever had. Then to Switzerland, Lake Lugano in Switzerland was awesome and scenic. So the trip was one to remember. Ended here in Zurich, and now it continues on to San Francisco for rookie minicamp, where we're going to have a look at the 49ers' newest crop of 15 players, plus a whole lot of tryouts. Does one of the tryout players make it? Not going to be easy, that's for sure. It's not likely, but you never know. So we're going to have an opportunity to check out the newest 49ers at a couple of abbreviated practices on Thursday and Friday.